Dear students, today we would like to discuss about compensation technique. The main purpose of compensation techniques are to analyze the performance for the closed loop system. Performance specifications mean either it can be a stability, a transient response. In the transient response, settling time, maximum peak overshoot, phase margin, gain margin, delay time, rise time, etc. Steady state response, that means steady state error. We can design the compensation technique by using trial and error approach. The flowchart for the designing of our compensation techniques. First will be fixing the performance specifications. That means settling time should be either 4% or 3% or 5%, whatever it might be. And maximum peak overshoot should be this much. Delay time should be this much. Rise time should be this much. Steady state error should be this much. Like that we'll be fixing the specifications of a system. Once if you fix the performance specifications, we need to synthesize that either by using root locus or frequency response techniques, that is Bode plot, Nyquist plot, polar plot, etc. Analysis of closed loop system. If the analysis of a closed loop system are met the specifications, then no problem. If they are not met, again we need to, the loop will be, the flow chart, the flow, signal flow will be like this. Again we need to do the synthesis to analyze the closed loop system. This procedure will be repeated until the performance specifications are met. Basic controllers to design the compensation technique. First one is proportional controller. In the proportional controller, the closed loop system is nothing but if you remove this block, gain k, proportional constant k, then it will be a closed loop system. For the proportional controller, just we are going to introduce this block k. If you introduce this block k, what is the k value? Output of this block divided by input. What is the input to the block? Error, E of s. Output to the block, M of s. So the k equal to M of s divided by E of s. If you convert this into time domain, M of t equal to k into E of t. This is the proportional controller k. Integral controller. Please observe the names. In the place of block k, just you are going to replace the block k by s. The remaining thing is same as it is. So in the closed loop system, in the place for the proportional controller, just we will be using the block k, gain k, whereas integral controller, the name itself indicates that integral, so it is nothing but k by s. So what do you mean by k by s? Output divided by input. If you find the time domain, if you find convert the frequency s domain to time domain, then we can write it as M of t equal to k into integral of E of t into dt. Integral is very important. Integral controller adds a pole at the origin for the open loop. If you add a pole at the origin for the open loop, the type of the system is increased. If the type is increased, then the performance of steady state error will increase. Better steady state performance will be there. What do you mean by that? If you are going to use integral controller, which the integral controller adds a polar to origin. If you add a polar to origin to the root locus will be pulled to the left, tending to the lower the system relative stability. It's very important. The next one is proportional integral controller. Proportional means a block K. Integral controller means K by S. Ki indicates that K suffix I indicates that integral. K suffix P indicates that proportional. So proportional plus integral controller. The block for this will be Kp plus Ki by S. What would be the output? What would be the output for this? M of S divided by E of S equal to this, Kp plus Ki by S. Send this S, that is, you can derive this as like this, Kp into S plus Ki by S. If you convert from S domain to time domain, M of t equal to Kp into E of t plus integral Ki into E of t into dt. A pole at origin and 0 at minus Ki by Kp are added. The pole at origin and 0 at minus Ki by Kp are added. The next one is proportional plus derivative controller. In the place of this here, proportional means Kp, derivative controller means Kd by S, whereas integral controller means Ki by S, derivative means Kd by S. This can be written as M of S divided by E of S, output divided by input equal to this gain, Kp plus Kd into S. If you convert this S domain to time domain, we will be getting it as M of t equal to Kp into E of t plus Kd into d by dt of E of t. Now, proportional plus derivative controller, in this the root locus is pulled to the left because system becomes more stable and response is speeded up. The differentiation becomes the system sensitive to noise. That's the main drawback. The next one is proportional plus derivative plus integral controller, that is PID controller. Proportional means Kp, derivative means Kd, S, integral means Ki by S. So this can be written as M of S divided by E of S equal to this. If you convert the S domain to time domain, we will be getting it as Kp into E of t plus Kd into d by dt of E of t plus Ki integral E of t into dt. In the PID, more than 50% of industrial controllers are PIDs. More than 80% in process control industry are using PIDs. When G of S of the system is not known, then initial values for Kp, Kd, Ki can be obtained experimentally and then fine-tuned to give the desired response. This is about the controllers. Now compensator, feed forward compensator. What is the main purpose of compensator? To design compensator GC of S using root locus or frequency response techniques or polar plot, Bode plot, Nyquist plot, etc. The frequency response approach to compensator design. We are having a procedure to design. Main purpose of going for a compensator is the frequency response. compensator. The compensator is going to do the low frequency region indicates the steady state behavior. Medium frequency indicates the relative stability. High frequency region indicates the complexity. Keep in mind these words. Low frequency region indicates the steady state behavior. Medium frequency indicates the relative stability. High frequency region indicates the complexity. The requirements on open loop frequency response. The gain at low frequency should be large enough to give the high value for error constant. At medium frequencies, the phase and gain margin should be large enough. At high frequencies, the gain should be attenuated as rapidly as possible to minimize the noise effects. Compensators. Lead compensator, lag compensator, lead lag compensators. 3 are there. The lead compensator improves the transient response. The lag compensator improves the steady state performance at the expense of slowing the settling time. Lead lag compensator combines both this transient response and as well as steady state performance. How to design the lead compensator? To design the lead compensator, GC of S equal to, we are going to consider one pole and one zero. A 0 at minus 1 by t, a pole at minus 1 by at. First, that means near to origin we are going to consider it as 0. After that, we are going to consider it as a pole. This is the compensator. GC of S equal to KCA into TS plus 1, ATS plus 1. This can be written as like this, where T is greater than 0 and alpha lies between 0 to 1. The frequency response of GC of S. Here, one pole, one origin. The 0 is present at minus 1 by t, a pole is present at minus 1 by at. So, for that we need to draw the Bode plot. Let me draw the Bode plot for this. To know the Bode plot, how we can draw the Bode plot? The initial slope. Is there any initial slope here? Initial magnitude is minus 20. Initial slope is 0 dB per decade. When we will be getting it as 0 dB per decade? We will be getting it as 0 dB per decade. If the slope is 0, if any pole or 0 is lying at origin, if a pole lies at the origin, then we will be getting it as minus 20 dB per decade, the initial slope. If the 0 is present at origin, then the initial slope will be plus 20 dB per decade. Here the initial slope is 0 dB per decade, since we are not having any pole or 0 at the origin. At 1 by t we are having 0. Whenever we are having 0, in the Bode plot we need to draw the plus 20 dB per decade. That means initially it is minus 20 dB magnitude. Now if you draw the plus 20 dB per decade, then it will be 0 dB here. Appreciate it will be going. So after that we are having this, here we are having a pole, then we will be getting it as straight line as like this. Similarly, you need to draw the angle plot. The angle plot would be like this. The maximum phase lead angle Im occurs at omega m, where sin pi m equal to 1 minus alpha divided by 1 plus alpha. So omega m equal to 1 divided by root a t. Since this value of omega m equal to 1 by root a, the magnitude of compensator at omega m is given by Kc root a. The polar plot of a lead network is this. For this transfer function, the polar plot is given as like this. Find the magnitude at omega equal to 0, what the magnitude,